Hey gems, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to have a little chat about how I ended up in Florida. So this is a little story time. Now, I feel like this was one of those moments where it was a test. I may not have seen it at the time as a test, but this was definitely a test. So for those of you who may not know, I moved to Florida. God moved me to Florida by myself with I was pregnant, 32 weeks pregnant. I will leave a video link up top so you could check it out. Now, how did I go about moving to Florida? Now, I lived in Jersey and I was trying to decide the best way to move to Florida with bringing my car without having to pay too much money for my car. And yeah, so this is how God works things out, okay? I was doing hair back in Jersey and I had a client who was originally from Florida, and she proceeded to tell me about auto trains. Didn't know that was a thing. Now, what is an auto train? An auto train is basically a train that helps you, that carries your car also. So it's with the Amtrack system, and there are not too many that I found. The one I ended up going to was in Lorton, Virginia. So you pay for your ticket, you pay for your car, they put it in, they take it out, you go to wherever the heck you're going to. So now it brings you to Stanford, Florida, which is pretty close to where I am currently at right now. So I was looking into how I'm gonna be able to bring my car and bring as much stuff with me. Now, I moved to Florida, I want to say at least 2 weeks or a week before I actually moved into my apartment. So I was gonna come here to go stay at an Airbnb for a week and then get my keys to my apartment. And my main house items were not coming until I want to say 2 weeks after. Yeah, they didn't come until 2 weeks later. So I was in my apartment with almost nothing for 2 weeks. But good thing I bought some things in my car. So now what I ended up doing is I looked up online the Amtrack. I looked what the auto train was, and I paid about $2 something for my car and 100 plus maybe another $2 something. I know in total I paid about $430 for 40 for me and my car to come to Florida. So now I purchased my Amtrack ticket, I purchased the Airbnb. Now I was 100% sure I was planning everything to the T. I had it all figured out. Things was good, things was dandy, things was great. Now, I purchased the Airbnb for the 6th. I purchased my train ticket, or so I thought, for the 5th. Wake up the day of, I'm like, all right, bye people. Me and my little cousin cried, and bye, I'll see you guys later. I'm driving to Virginia, which is about 3 hours away. All right, I'm driving, I'm way early, way ahead of schedule, pregnant as heck, 32 weeks. I have my plants in my car. I have some items that I'm gonna need, you know, toothbrush, toothpaste, things like that. And I got my valuables with me. We're going to Virginia, we're going to Florida. All right, I get there. Before you get through the gate, you have to kind of, you have to check in to see, like, before they even let you get through the gate, they have to check to see if you actually bought a ticket. So I said, yeah, I told them my name. They're like, oh, we don't see you. And I'm like, I didn't even think nothing of it. I'm like, well, yeah, I bought my ticket or whatever. So, okay, so I parked my car. Didn't think nothing of it. I'm just like, yeah, so whenever it's the time, I'm gonna go inside and just try to check in. So I parked my car, I did a little walk around, and I met this old guy who was having a conversation with me. We had a whole conversation during the whole train ride. But yeah, I go inside. Once I get inside, I'm in line to check in. I'm like, yeah, I'm here to check in. And then I tell them my name. They're like, yeah, we don't see you. And I'm like, I don't get it. I bought my train ticket. Come to find out, I purchased my train ticket for the 4th, not the 5th, but I showed up the 5th. And now I am nervous because what the heck? I'm not purchasing another expensive ticket like that. So I'm like, are you serious? They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, good thing I bought insurance. She's like, okay, so just use that phone over there and call them and see what they could do for you. And I'm like, okay. All right. At the time, the train leaves at about 4 p.m., I believe. Yeah, the train leaves about 4 p.m. It was probably like 3:15-ish, 3:30 or something like that. So I'm on the phone thinking they're about to pick up in a hurry. I'm on the phone. I'm waiting. Still waiting. At this point, like, dang, are they gonna pick up? I started getting nervous. I started getting antsy. I started getting like freaking crazy because I'm like, what the heck? Am I gonna be able to get on this train? Because there's no way this is already happening. Then in my head, I'm like, you see, this is happening because I'm not supposed to go to Florida. I'm supposed to stay my butt here. I should just stay home. This is why I'm going through these problems. It's basically, train is about to take off soon. And I'm looking, me and the person at the desk were like kind of making eye contact. And I have one of those, you see me, right? You see, like, no one's answering, like, are you gonna help me? So then here comes this lady and she comes over to me. And she's like, come on. I said, come? I'm on the phone. She said, do you want to get on this train? I'm like, yes. So I hang up. She was like, we're gonna let you through. It's okay. You purchased your ticket. You just made a mistake. I'm like, big sigh of relief. I was so nervous. I was so scared that I wasn't gonna be able to get on this train. I had to purchase another ticket. Thank goodness for her, because she was the manager. She made things happen. Thank God. That was one. All right, so now this is a 16-hour train ride from Lorton, Virginia to Stanford, Florida. On the train, they have food, they have drinks. It's kind of comfy. You can recline, take a nap. Mind you, this is all like 32 weeks pregnant, okay? 32 weeks pregnant. My car is in the other half of the thing. I have this little bag with me with some personal items, some snacks and things like that. Chargers, whatever else. Train is going, everything is flowing. I'm going through all these cities, states. I get to South Carolina. The train stops at a train station. And we're sitting. And after a while, I thought, you know, they were just taking a break or whatever. Then I'm like, nah, we've been waiting for way too long. Why are we still here? Like, why are we still here? Come to find out. There was an accident on the railroad and the train had to wait for it to be cleaned up, picked up before it can actually go. So I was supposed to get to Florida at, I want to say 9 a.m. I did not get to Florida until 2 days later at like 6 a.m. So I was supposed to get from 4 p.m. Lorton, Virginia to 9 a.m. Stanford, Virginia. But what ended up happening, it was 4 p.m. Lorton, Virginia to 6 a.m. on the 7th, Florida. So I got on the plane on the 5th. I didn't get to Florida until the 7th at 6 a.m. So it was like I missed like the first day where I was supposed to check in. I'm on the plane, I'm on the train ride. I'm like, God's, like, I know you probably don't want me to go to Florida. Like, there's no way. So then I'm like questioning myself. Is this the enemy? Is this God? Is this the enemy? Should I go to Florida? Am I supposed to go to Florida? Is this a test of my faith? What is happening? I'm freaking pregnant. I'm eating a whole bunch of dairy on this train, I'm like just tired, and I'm texting my like family members. They're like, see, you should have just stayed home. I'm like, well, see, I should have just stayed home. So in that moment, I didn't see that God was working. God was testing my faith to see, like, will I even go through with what he told me, even when there are minute things that are not in my control. And these I was just, it's not like it was a freaking, I was in the fire, I was in a freaking car crash. My train was stationary waiting. I personally could not do anything about it. This was not in my choice. This was not in my what's the word? I couldn't do anything about it, okay? Me missing, and I kept thinking, oh my gosh, if I never missed my train yesterday, I wouldn't even be in this predicament. Why did I do that? This is I was literally having the hardest time accepting. I was having the hardest time accepting the trial, or saying that this was just not meant for me to be. I wasn't meant to be in Florida. Yeah. So if you're ever thinking of moving from Jersey or within the surrounding areas of the DMV, New Jersey, Delaware, if you're in that area and you want to move to Florida or anywhere in Florida or the surrounding areas in Florida, you could take the Amtrack. Honestly, I know it was such a, my first time was like that. The guy who I told you I was talking to, he was like, this has never happened. And I just kept telling him I wasn't even supposed to be on this train. But clearly God didn't want me to be here. I mean, I wasn't saying it to him, but I was saying it in my head. And even though I had that experience where the trip took forever and a day, I would still recommend it to other people, and I would still do it again. They do have different sections. I got the cheapest section, but if you want to be bougie and, you know, get your own personal little box and table, I need all that. So this is just a very short video of how God put me through a test to make sure that I was gonna believe that he told me to go where he told me to go, even though I had trials and tribulations. And thank God, thankfully, my faith was stronger. I mean, I had no choice. I couldn't get off the plane anyway. I mean, I couldn't get off the train anyway. So it's like I had no choice but to believe that it was gonna work out. But I didn't let it take over. I didn't let it win. And I'm thankful because here I am, almost 2 years later. May will make it, yeah, May will make it 2 years. And life here has been amazing. Here's what I want you guys to do in the comments right now. I want you to tell me about a time where you were in a test. Even though you had doubts, you still followed through. When God was testing you for something and you still followed through. So tell me about that so we could talk about it, have a chat. And I thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, gems.